Triple H debuted a new WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and it's creating an overcomplicated problem to what should have been a simple solution. Cody Rhodes should have beat Roman Reigns, who has not appeared on WWE television since the Raw After WrestleMania. Instead of moving on into a new season, WWE let Roman Reigns take his belts with him on vacation, and now they're creating a third belt? Triple H even told fans that Roman Reigns, in storyline, negotiated into his contract that he didn't have to defend his world titles as much. So now Roman Reigns being a bare minimum boy is part of the storyline. No wonder fans didn't react when Triple H announced that he's almost at 1,000 days. The wrestling world just celebrated the 5-year anniversary of Bruno Sammartino's death, rest in power. And at his peak, Bruno was competing 28 nights per month. To compare Roman Reigns' title run to Bruno Sammartino is like comparing a hockey schedule to a pitcher's schedule. WWE is doing to their world championships what AEW is doing to their television shows. They're handling Roman Reigns with AEW leadership. It's the same damn thing. Roman Reigns clearly should have lost that title, just like AEW clearly should have cut bait with CM Punk. But instead of growing a pair and beating Roman Reigns, WWE is inconveniencing itself to accommodate him by creating a third world title, just like AEW is inconveniencing itself to accommodate CM Punk by creating a third TV show. The WWE Universal Championship is like dynamite because it's a 1,000-day title, which we all know is bullshit. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship is like AEW Collision because it's a new TV show that nobody asked for and it's only being created to work around an inconvenience. That means the WWE Championship, the most prestigious title in all of wrestling, is the Rampage title. The lame duck belt that nobody is really talking about, and one that is being devalued in all of this. WWE cares about its fake history so much that it's willing to create a paper championship just to drag a part-timer past the finish line. Cody Rhodes should theoretically win the new WWE World Heavyweight title because he's the hottest star right now. Triple H unveiled the new WWE World title, and only these 5 wrestlers should be considered: Cody Rhodes, The American Nightmare, Stardust, Fuego 2, or Cody Reynolds. Everybody else can get fucked. Cody's the hottest babyface WWE's seen in years. He's your world champion, period. That world title is about who's hot and nothing else. If world titles were really about waiting your turn and earning it, the world title wouldn't be given away a month from now at Night of Champions, and Triple H would have never been given that same title for free in 2002. Having said that, Cody Rhodes seemed to want no part of that paper championship. He looked at that belt the way Nick Lachey looks at Vanessa, like they barely made eye contact. Plus, the unwritten rules kick in when it comes to Cody Rhodes and world titles. He has to wait a year, remember? So even though WWE is just giving this title away in a month, the earliest Cody Rhodes could win this title is in May of 2024. That way, there's a story attached to it. I love how Triple H is talking about how there's more to this story, only to dilute what it means to be a world champion as if that's the happy ending everybody was clamoring for. Do you know what the story was when Triple H won that same WWE World Heavyweight title in 2002 to become the first WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Eric Bischoff just pulled it out of a briefcase and said, "Here you go." That was the story, but the unwritten rules don't apply to Triple H, of course. Seth Rollins is emerging as a favorite to win the paper championship, and why not? As talented as Seth Rollins the wrestler is, the character is every bit as one-dimensional as that belt. What's the story with Seth Rollins? I'll tell you exactly what the story is. Fuck it, let's read the book together. Chapter 1, whoa. Chapter 2, whoa. Chapter 3, whoa. Epilogue, whoa. Book number 2, whoa. With Seth Rollins, it's literally the same damn song. He sings, he fights, he leaves. If that's the case, just put the belt on Chris Brown. There's zero character development with Seth Rollins. He is the Energizer Bunny of pro wrestling. He has one thing that he does, and it just keeps going and going and going with no adversity, and the character is never fundamentally changed with any storyline. Good thing those unwritten rules about how Cody Rhodes needs to face adversity don't apply to Seth Rollins, because the only adversity Seth Rollins ever faces is when people interrupt his music. He was a guy with a silly outfit singing his song 5 months ago. He's that same guy in a silly outfit singing his song now. Seth Rollins 2023 is like if a theme song could wrestle. That's the story deserving of a world title? Because his theme song is catchy? Sure, why not? It's not even a real belt unless Cody wins it. And honestly, I don't think WWE is interested in this being a real belt. They just need a placeholder until Roman Reigns reaches that 1,000-day milestone, which is essentially the WWE World Heavyweight Championship of milestones. Who knows, WWE does book Cody like a black man, so giving him that same silver medal title that they gave Mark Henry and Booker T is right on brand. But with Vince McMahon in charge, don't sleep on WWE crowning an actual black man with that belt by giving it to Omos. That's right, Omos randomly finds himself in a feud with Seth Rollins with no explanation. It's a Vince McMahon staple, and Vince loves putting the title on giants. I'll never complain about a black man coming up, especially because of how many entitled deplorables in the IWC will shit himself if that happens. God, that would be so worth it. But if WWE gives the belt to Omos, which to me is a real possibility, is that the story that was worth screwing up night 2 of WrestleMania? Careful what you wish for, and you could read all about every unwritten rule that only applies to Cody Rhodes here.